down. Boy, you turn me inside out
and
round and round.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Is it Thursday?
I thought you said happy birthday. I was like, wait, what? It is Thursday. I'm very excited that it's Thursday. Very excited.
Really?
This week is, I know we've not had a lot going on. It's been sort of a low, like flying low kind of week for us, but I just want it to be over.
Well, it is quickly approaching. We are now on the downward slope to the weekend, you guys.
Right.
And if I know you do, everybody has a car, everybody's driving. If you need to fill your car with gas and you're buying gas and you're freaking out about gas prices, you know what will help with that is the Get Upside app. It's free to download it. It's completely free and you get cash back for spending money on gas. So no matter, like, wherever you are in the country, download it, look at it. It's going to see where you are and it'll tell you what are the closest gas stations to me right now. What kind of cashback offers do they have? You can pick and choose which is going to give you the most bang for your buck. But you're buying gas, you might as well get cash back for it. There is no downside to this app. And when you use code after you download it as your promo code, you're going to get at least, I'm telling you, at least 25 cents per gallon or more cash back. Just get it. Just try it. I promise that you're going to like it. I promise.
That's pretty amazing. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the Facebook Insiders. Again, I really love the Facebook Insiders. If you're not a Facebook Insider, you may want to consider being a Facebook Insider because it is a group of people that is amazing. They will love you, pray for you, be friends with you. You will find people from all over the country. And I mean, just all over. They're fantastic. So if you're looking for a place where you need to land, there are people that are conservative, like-minded people, that is the place. Think about joining.
And you can do that from our main Facebook page. There's a button there that says become a supporter or join or something along those lines. And that's how you get to the super secret insiders page. So check that out. Right. Let's get rid of the sad news first, shall we? About Bruce Willis.
Oh, God. So devastating, you guys.
So Bruce Willis, his family has announced that he has aphasia, which is a speech problem, which essentially most of the time it results from a trauma to your brain or it's post-stroke. I had it for the few minutes during my stroke that I couldn't speak. That's what I was told happened to me. And so it can also happen as a result of a degenerative problem. And apparently that is what he has. So over the past couple of years, he's been having memory issues and having trouble with speech. And now it's gotten to the point where he is removing himself from acting, from the acting world, from the film world. And so he's going to have to go through some therapies and whatnot. And I hope that it can get better. I hope. If it is degenerative, unfortunately, that is not very promising about improvements, but hopefully he can hang on to whatever he has left for as long as possible. Just hard.
I know. I hate that. Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay, indeed.
Right.
Indeed. Also, in other celebrity news, we meant to mention it yesterday and forgot, but Alec Baldwin has impregnated Eulalia once again.
You guys, this guy cannot stay off of her. It's like, what? I mean, I guess, oh my God. Listen, it's fine. Have big families. I love the big families. It's great. But man,
families are
great. But Alec Baldwin,
right.
You know,
they're going to have a 7th child together. It's a lot of babies, you guys. It's a lot. I'm just saying.
It's a lot of Alec Baldwin babies is what it is.
It's a lot of Alec Baldwin DNA running around.
Yeah.
So anyway, we mentioned that yesterday and did not get to it. Couple other little tidbits that I thought were of interest before we get to some of these videos that I have lined up for us today. First of all, Truth Social. Not going well, you guys. I don't know how many of you finally got in. Apparently, there's still tons and tons of people on the waiting list to get in, but they have had a 93% drop in downloads. Really, that's a significant drop if you think about it. And because there is still the waiting list, and because Trump himself has only posted one time, it's just not, it's not doing what they thought it would do. And now I you know, because we're out there, we're not posting regularly because they don't have a platform on a desktop. It's only an app, and I am not on my phone when I'm working.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it's just is not convenient for us to use it. But apparently that's true for a lot of other people. So I don't,
They
not
didn't,
well.
yeah, they didn't think that through, because a lot of people are working. A lot of people work. Most people.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
and content
so-
creators, you know, people who are doing blog posts or whatever, we want to share what we're working on. And
Right.
it's really cumbersome to do that on a phone, like to try to copy a link from the internet. And anyway, so it's just, it's been a problem. But on the flip side, CNN Plus also really in big trouble, big trouble. And they have poured tons of money into that CNN Plus thing. So now apparently they are facing staff cuts come May because
shocker.
Because the subscriber number is really, really low. So that's, I don't know how,
because I mean,
why they thought they would be okay when CNN isn't okay. Why would that
well,
be?
that's the thing. It's not. People hate CNN. This is the network that is like, the Hunter Biden story is a non-story. There's nothing there, you guys. It's nothing to see here. Hunter Biden's fine. It's fine. It's like it's fine. And then now we're finding out that that is actually a thing. And then nobody's talking about it. Nobody. I mean,
well,
CNN,
MSNBC, a little bit now.
Well, because they're being forced. But it's been what? Like how many days has it been since these people were? I mean, and when they were forced to mention it before, they were like, oh no, that's not. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about Hunter Biden. I mean, give me a break. These people are a joke. They are not journalists. And so people know, people with firing synapses in their brains are looking at CNN and they know that they are not to be trusted. So why would they pay to look at their stuff? You know?
I know. It's like CNN, like the executives at CNN were like, our ratings are in the tank. People don't like what we're doing. So let's offer them a paid version of it.
Just like, you are idiots.
What kind of business decision is that? Like, it
know.
doesn't make any sense.
It's insanity.
So anyway, so those are your little tidbits for the day. Now we're going to get into some video, and I have to share my screen for this one, you guys. Oh my gosh. So we've made fun of Kamala so many times. Look at her face. We've made fun of her so many times because of how long it takes her to say the most basic of things because of all of her filler words. It's a crutch that she uses, right?
Yeah.
She just can't. She's so much of an empty suit and so little is actually going on up there that she just puts in all these filler words to say almost nothing. So for example, you're about to watch 34 seconds of Kamala trying to say that the White House, that the Biden administration plans to assist Jamaica with its COVID issues, right? Like, so the United States is going to help Jamaica. That's the bottom line. That's what she's trying to say. It takes Kamala 34 seconds to say that, and you're going to hear why right now.
We also recognize, just as it has been in the United States for Jamaica, one of the issues that has been presented as an issue that is economic in the way of its impact has been the pandemic. So to that end,
oh my gosh,
we are announcing today also that we will assist Jamaica in COVID recovery by assisting in terms of the recovery efforts in Jamaica that have been essential to, I believe, what is necessary to strengthen not only the issue of public health, but also the economy.
Oh my God, spit it out.
We also recognize just as...
Can you imagine being married to this chick? Can you imagine? We recognize that there's an issue of the trash being in the receptacle and that there's an issue of you needing to take the trash down to the driveway and that issue. And I mean, it's like, oh my God, just say what you need to say. She would drive. And then second of all, why are we helping Jamaica with their COVID effort? Why are we doing that?
I don't know. They're just
Is it
at
because-
this point, they're just putting her on those kinds of assignments. They
It's like-
cannot trust her with anything else.
why are we doing that? Why are we even doing that? That's another question. It's like, oh yeah, because here's more money for another country that like, it's like, what? Okay, all right. Just because they want to give her something to do. Here's something to do. And here's some taxpayer money to do it with. That seems reasonable, just to keep her busy. Okay.
And so she can't just make an announcement. She has to be like, well, in terms of its relation to the recovery efforts of this particular issue, in terms of this and in relation to that, we are planning on providing in terms of assistance with relation to the recovery.
Oh my God. Somebody just needs to go snap out of it.
It's just so bad, you guys, so bad. So, and then her boss, President Biden, got his second booster yesterday, and he did it on camera. And at the very beginning, he even said, I don't know why I'm doing this like in front of everybody. So he said that out loud, which was one of my favorite parts. But
Where
then
am I, Jill? Where
like,
am I? Yeah.
all of the press pool is like hurling questions at him, hoping that he'll answer something. And he just has that face where he's like looking at them almost like making fun of them that he's not going to answer their questions, right? Like he's just looking with that blank stare. But then afterwards, after he gets the shot, he's so proud that he was able to roll up his sleeve by himself.
Visiting angels, America's favorite healthcare. Yeah,
So it's like a 3-minute clip. I'm just going to get to the part where he's proud of rolling up his sleeve. So you're going to see a little bit before that, and then that part. Let me figure out if I can find that moment.
Okay, here we go.
Let me see here.
So old and feeble.
I've always thought that it discourages people getting the vaccination when I watch people get a needle in the arm. So I apologize for discouraging. It didn't hurt a bit, and I was able to roll my sleeve up, and thank you all.
Oh my God. I cannot. That is oh my God.
I was able to roll my sleeve up.
Good for you,
Good
Joe. Bravo. Yeah, that's good. Oh my God. That's our president, everybody. Sleep well. Sleep well, America. Sleep well. God help us all.
Oh my gosh. That is
yeah, we're screwed. It's okay. We're totally screwed.
That's our president and our vice president right there, everybody.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Also, quick reminder, our friends at My Patriot Supply have everything that you need with respect to, oh my gosh, I sounded like Kamala for a minute. In terms of, in relation to your needs as they relate to disaster recovery efforts and issues of that kind. So if you need emergency food kits, if you need water filtration systems, if you need first aid, whatever you can think of that you might need in the event of a disaster,
especially banana
has you covered.
Banana chips, especially the banana chips,
which is like at the top of almost everyone's list when it comes to disaster recovery.
Totally, that's exactly. I mean, everybody's thinking, "Oh my God, it's a disaster. Where are the banana chips?"
Do I take Band-Aids, banana chips?
Banana chips. I know what I'm taking.
Telling you, yeah. Once you taste them, you'll be like, okay, I get it. I totally see why I need these in an emergency.
Screw the Band-Aid, you guys. That's ridiculous. Really.
But for real, they have everything that you need. MyPatriotSupply.com. You can check out all of their survival, their disaster recovery products. They've got a ton of stuff for you to choose from. They will keep you safe and protected as much as possible in the event of and in terms of any potential relative to disaster.
Oh my God. I'm going to smack you.
Okay,
I'm going to smack you. I really am. Also, you guys make sure that you go to our locals page and become a supporter, or just go to our locals page. Make sure that you're on locals, because at any moment we could be shut down on Facebook, which is, it's basically going to happen. We're 100% sure that's going to happen at some point. So go to chicksontheright.locals.com and make sure that you're following us there. Okay.
Yes. Check us out there. Please, please, please. Quick update on what's happening with the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock, Oscars hullabaloo. Brett Baer last night, apparently during his broadcast, received the official statement from the Oscar powers that be. And you could even see that he was surprised by how little it actually said. It's really quick clip. Watch this.
The Oscars organization about the Academy Awards saying that Will Smith broke the Film Academy's code of conduct with the slap of Chris Rock and was asked but refused to leave the Academy Awards that night. There's nothing about him losing his Oscar or any punishment, just a statement from the Academy and the Oscars organization tonight.
Oh, okay. So they asked him to leave, and then he didn't go. And so basically there was no accountability whatsoever. That's good to know. That's great. So it just confirmed everything that, it just confirmed everything that we knew, that we talked about, which is they're above rules, right? Celebrities are above any rules. So they were like, Mr. Smith, you're going to have to leave. And he's like, nah.
And they're like, okay, you know what? We'll just give you Best Actor. How about that?
Right. And everybody will give you a standing ovation, and then you can cry. Okay. That sounds great.
I mean, it's pretty remarkable that was their initial statement. Now, I read this morning that I don't know what's going to take this long, but apparently on April 18th is when they're going to announce whatever the consequences are, or whether, I guess, there will be consequences. But this is all interesting too, because the governor of the Academy, at least right now, is Whoopi Goldberg. So, I mean,
oh my God,
who knows how this is all gonna play out? But she's the
I didn't know that
the board of the Academy. Or whatever.
I did not. Why is she the governor? The governor of, there's a governor, first of all, there's a governor of the board. But why is she that person? Oh my God.
But
that's
like, who's
crazy.
the person that okayed that statement? And they thought to themselves, you know what would sound good is if we tell everybody that we told him to leave and he wouldn't. That'll sound great.
And who is the person that made her governor of the Academy? That's,
I don't know. It's probably a vote. I would assume it's a vote.
Oh my God, these people are all lunatics.
But it might be like something nobody wants to do. Like, have you, like homeowners associations, nobody ever wants to serve on them.
I don't know. There are some that really get off on that. I mean, there are a couple that really love that crap. There are.
That's probably true. But April 18th, I guess, is when we're going to find out what, if anything, is going to happen to Will Smith. Chris Rock, meanwhile, he had his first show since the incident last night. By the way, ticket sales for his shows are
so high. They went to they were up in the 300s for tickets. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, and if people thought that getting tickets to last night's show was going to be some great way of getting the inside scoop, I think they probably left disappointed, because he essentially said at the very beginning of the show, he said something like, "How's everybody's weekend?" And everybody was like, I get it what you did there. And then he said, if you came tonight expecting to hear me talk about the Oscars, I had a whole show written before that ever happened, and that's the show that you're going to get. And he said something along the lines of, I'm still processing what happened, and at some point I'll be ready to talk about it, and that time is not now, essentially. So that's what he said. And that's it.
Yeah, and that makes me sad for the people that went there just for that reason,
Well,
like that kind of, like what kind of a person are you if you're going just for that reason? That sucks, because he's actually kind of funny. Chris Rock is kind of a funny guy. So
I didn't realize he's 57.
Holy crap! Really?
I know.
Oh
I always think of him as so youthful, because he just looks like such a kid to me. You know what I mean?
And he's aging really well. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Andrea, for the super stickers. So appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Okay, let's get into this juicy weirdness with Madison Cawthorn. Okay, can we do that? Because
Yes. Remind
Madison
people.
Cawthorn
Yeah, I was going to say, remind people who Madison Cawthorn is. Yeah.
Madison Cawthorn is the youngest member of Congress. He's 26 years old. He is in a wheelchair. He was in, I think it was a car accident that he was in where he suffered he no longer has the use of his legs. Super hot guy, super hot.
Yeah, he is very cute.
He spoke at like the Republican National Convention. He's been very out there. He's BFFs with what's her name, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So
Lauren,
associated with like the more extreme right of the party, and he's very outspoken. And he was recently on a podcast, and on the podcast, they asked him, hey, have you ever seen House of Cards? And if so, like, how true to life is it? Because House of Cards is super scandalous, super, shows the corruption of Congress. And Madison Cawthorn had a lot to say about that. I will just let you hear it.
Version that goes on in Washington. I mean, being kind of a young guy in Washington, with the average age is probably 60 or 70. And I look at all these people, a lot of them that I've looked up to through my life. I've always paid attention to politics, guys that, then all of a sudden you get invited to, like, well, hey, we're going to have kind of a sexual get-together at one of our homes. You should come. And I'm like, what did you just ask me to come to? Yeah. And then you realize they're asking you to come to an orgy. Yeah. Or the fact that, there's some of the people that are leading on the movement to try and remove, addiction in our country. And then you watch them do, a key bump of cocaine right in front of you. And it's like, wow, this is wild. And then there's also kind of the whole espionage aspect of what goes on in Washington of, so many people trade in secrets, and there's a currency to secrets. And so it's wild. And then, there's members of the media, the journalists, who kind of will keep nasty stories about you or about other people on a shelf. And then if you're about to kind of speak out against something they don't want you to, they'll come out and say, well, we're about to drop the story of when, 17 years ago you did X, Y, and Z, and you don't want us to drop that story, do you? So we're going to bully you back into this position.
So that's a lot of attention.
You think?
Because he made some pretty remarkable claims. And so I was like, oh, damn. But I have to say, because as much as I can't stand her, Meghan McCain made a really good point about this story. And that is, he should not say those things unless he's ready to say who. You don't just say there's orgies that I'm being invited to and people doing key bumps of cocaine.
Yeah, like what is that? Like what is a key? Like I've never even heard the term key bump.
I haven't either.
Yeah, like what is that? Yeah.
And he just rolled right off his tongue. So I'm not saying he's a drug user. I'm saying these are things that he very easily said, openly said, and now there's no accountability. So unless he's willing to pony up the names, he needs to keep his mouth shut. Because now that can of worms is all the way open. It's time for him to spill the rest of the can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they never do. It's like these people don't. So and like that worm can never does open. We never find out who the skeeves really are. And then if we do find out, nothing ever happens. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hold them accountable. If there is somebody inviting you to an orgy, if there is somebody doing a key bump of cocaine, okay, and then tell us who that is, because I thought that was illegal. I thought that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, so I get that he's saying it publicly instead of like going through whatever chain of command there is, but he said it publicly now. So now you got to finish the job, man. You can't just put that out there and then be like, bye, I'm never going to mention it again. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Do something.
He just totally just crapped, and he just went, bird flew and just kept going. We're like, what? You can't do that. You cannot do that.
So so that's anyway, that is
wow.
A thing that's getting a lot of attention right now.
And furthermore, who wants the orgies with can you imagine a 67-year-old dude being like, come to an I would immediately be like, I'm telling on you. Right. You're disgusting. Like, who does that? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Tell on him or her, whoever it is. It's
It's a
disgusting.
bizarre story.
Disgusting.
As soon as we're done with this morning's live stream, I'm going to be enjoying a Nutrisystem cinnamon roll. I don't know about you, but it's cinnamon roll day up in here.
I
All
don't know
up in
about
my
you. Yeah.
house. That's what's happening up in my house. And Nutrisystem, this is what I love about their food, is that it's all so freaking delicious. And you don't expect that to be the case when you're looking at like weight loss programs or maintenance programs of any kind. Usually the food is kind of bland and tasteless and not great. I have loved everything that I've tried on Nutrisystem. Now, granted, I'm a cheater. Okay. So like I have my cheat days, but I try as hard as I can to stay mostly on track. And I'm not suffering. I'm not dying of hunger. Like I'm perfectly satisfied and the food is great. And it's for 50% off right now. When you use code CHICKS or go to Nutrisystem.com/chicks, 50% off their plan. So you can try it for yourself. And then you're probably going to write me an email and you're going to be like, holy crap, Mock, that food is good, especially the cinnamon rolls.
Oh my God. And the desserts are to die for. I love the desserts. Oh my God, so good. And you guys, make sure that you check out our deep dive this week, because we talked in depth about all of the hullabaloo with Will Smith, and we did a lot of different angles on it and everything, because I know we've touched on it a lot this week, but we dove deep in our deep dive podcast. So make sure you check that out this week, where all podcasts are found. You can find that, and then tell your friends about it too. Tell your friends about this one, tell your friends about deep dive. Just do all of that.
Subscribe to the podcast. That's
Do
what
it.
you put right in your tool belt, you guys.
Yes.
Do we have time to play some Governor?
Yes, always.
DeSantis?
Is he twinkly? Is he twinkly in this one?
He's always twinkly to me.
Let me be the judge
Always
to that.
twinkly to
Let me
me.
be the judge of his twinkliness.
I know the whole talk of the town has been on the Disney hullabaloo, and rightly so. And he's been a complete badass about that, as we know. And we talked about that yesterday. This particular clip, though, has nothing to do with Disney and everything to do with masks on planes, because he and his legislature is working on suing the Biden administration for keeping the mask requirement on planes in force. He is sick and tired of it. He knows everybody else is sick and tired of it. And leave it to the best governor in the country to actually try to do something about it. Watch this.
Still have this federal rule that was just extended, forcing people to wear masks on airplanes. And it's not something that's grounded in any science, because if you have somebody sitting in the window seat and they're nibbling on peanuts for 2.5 hours, they can have their mask down. You have the person in the middle seat that is not eating. If they just wanted to read a magazine without the mask, then somehow that would be a big problem. And it's turned the airlines into having to police this. It's created a lot of unruly passenger situations, because it's so frustrating for people. And so this is something that I've been opposed to for a long time. You know, unfortunately, there's not really been successful legal challenges to this. And I think most people thought that this was going to go to the way of the buffalo, but you have an extension, and you have Fauci coming out saying they may need to impose additional restrictions in the future. And we need to let people live their life. Obviously, in Florida, what we have control over, we do that. But in this federal mandate for air travel, I think as good as we've done on domestic tourism, and we're the #1 state people seem to want to come to, I think more people would want to fly if they did not have to have that for 2 hours or 2.5 hours.
He's totally right. And I'm so glad that like his AG is suing and that they're moving forward, because enough is enough already. They keep putting these arbitrary dates out there like, oh yeah, we'll shut that down in May. Why? Effectively COVID is done. Like it's on the decline continuously. Let's just be done already.
Yeah, Fauci doesn't want it to be done. I mean, they don't want it to be done, because he was cryptic about it the other day. He was just like, well, I mean, you don't know. And like, I mean, this is the thing. These people are constantly wanting to put more restrictions in place. And why? It's a power thing. It's a total power trip for them. It has nothing to do with science. And he's absolutely right. I mean, DeSantis is right about the whole, somebody's eating something, pretzels, peanuts, or whatever next to you. They have their mask down, and then you are reading a magazine and you have to have your, what the hell kind of science is that? And people buy into it. Like their minds are so warped now that they're just like, oh my God. And then they fight about it on the plane. This is it's madness, you guys. He makes all the sense, and then people will they'll go after him and say, "Oh my God, he's anti-science." No, no, you are anti-science. You make zero sense. Yeah.
None of it makes sense. It's all just complete and total theater. It's just nonsense. Absolutely
it is. Nonsense. And listen, on a side note, I love the way people are starting to also sort of rally for him and come to his defense in Florida, because it has become a fight between him and Disney, which is absurd. I cannot believe that this is happening in Florida. Like, what is going on at Disney, right? And there are employees now that are like, listen, there are a lot of us here, who don't agree with what the top brass is saying, which is they want 50% of their programming to be LGBTQIAXYZ by the end of the year. What is going on there? That's not even reflective of actual society. So they are nuts at Disney. Nuts. You know how
and
I feel
now
about
they won't
Disney.
say ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They've removed those things from any of their introductions, any of their recordings. Like they won't say that. Now they'll just be like, hello friends, hello everyone, but they will never say boys and girls again.
What the hell? It's like, listen, I know that you'll hear stuff like Disney's facing a boycott. You know how we feel about boycotts too, but it's not even a boycott. It's just that I personally I just don't have anything to do with Disney, just because they are like, it's one thing to be inclusive, right? It's another thing to be void of reality, which is what they are. They're trying to make some sort of a utopia where it's a gay utopia. It's like, what are you doing? And not only that, but you're sexualizing itty bitty children. They want so bad to sexualize tiny children. It's nuts. And Walt Disney is just rolling over in his grave right now. He's just like, what are they doing to my company? So shame on Disney, and good for Ron DeSantis for being a conservative. It's just so nice to see that there's at least one freaking Republican governor who has balls.
And man, are they some big ones.
They're big.
Are some big ones. There was that same Zoom call that was released where it included that general entertainment president lady saying, she's the one that's after the 50% of LGBTQ programming because she has a trans child and a pansexual child. So it really hits home for her. But she said that, but in that same Zoom call, there was one of the people responsible for production who was bragging essentially about how they would insert character, same-sex characters kissing, and they would just try as hard as they could to make sure that they were doing this as often as possible. And I posted that.
I posted that on our site yesterday. It's on our site. So if you guys want to see that, it's on our site. I put both of them side by side on a post. So if you want to see both of those videos, you can. It's like insidious. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. She calls it her gay agenda. She said that out loud. She said it out loud in a meeting that she has a gay agenda. She said it. Those are not my words. Those are her words. And she said that. So, these people have an actual agenda to sexualize your children. And yet people will go to Disney, conservative people will go to Disney and just spend money like crazy and contribute to this bullshit. It's crazy. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I'm going to take my kid to Vegas where things aren't sexualized.
There's no sex in Vegas.
There's no sex there. Come on. It's less sexualized in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Wow, you know what? When you put it that way, that is crazy. Now, granted, you're going to have, your daughter's going to be face to face with showgirls that only have nipple tassels on, on the strip. But whatever.
Walking by. Right. It's like they're probably prostitutes on the strip, but it's at least I can control what she sees and what she does. Right. You know what I mean? At least there's some children stuff. At least I can take her to a magic show in Vegas and control what content she's seeing. You know what I mean? It's just insane what Disney's doing. They're trying so hard to push an agenda that it's what do they do? Why are they doing this? It's
well,
just,
I think it's a terrible business model because I think if you ask the majority of parents, do you want this kind of programming in Disney type of content? Most parents
Right.
are going to be like, no, I mean, my kids are too young for that. They're not ready
Right.
for those discussions. So I would just rather not deal with it. And so I feel like this is just terrible to say. I think they're going to go, no one's going to want to see their stuff anymore. You know what I mean?
It's interesting you say that, because at the end of my post yesterday, I wrote, make 100% of your characters LGBTQIA. Make 100%. Do it. Like, why stop at 50? Just make it gay Disney. Just make everything gay. And then let's see how well that works out for you.
Yeah.
You know, let's just see, because if that is your goal, because why would they stop at 50%? Why 50? Like, why did they just choose an arbitrary number of 50%? That seems sort of strange to me, because it isn't reflective of society. It's like, What is it? I think now, the last poll I saw, it was like 5.6%. And that is really indicative of young people, because so many young people identify themselves as whatever, you know, what all these different labels that they have on themselves now. And that's because of the youngest, what's the new gender? Is it Gen Zers? Yeah. So many of the Gen Zers identify themselves as all these things, right? So it's 5.6%. Okay, so if they have it at 50, why the hell did they choose 50? They should just go for 100. And if they choose 100, I really want to see how well Disney does from a business perspective. I want to see it. Do it. Do 100. I double dog dare you. Let's see how that works out for you.
Let's see how that works out.
Yeah.
It is time for some My Pillow talks. Don't forget to get your towels. Go to mypillow.com/chicks. Their towels are on sale right now. Everything is on sale right now when you use code chicks at mypillow.com/chicks. Remember how we've shared those videos of the greatest Trump impersonator of all time, Captain Deplorable? And like how he goes through drive-thrus. So apparently Trump was asked about that guy in a recent interview, and they played a clip of Captain Deplorable for Trump and then let him listen to it and respond to it. So here is a clip of that.
Talking about our 45th president live with us on 94.3 WSC. But can I please have you listen quickly to Captain Deplorable 45, because his name's Sean Farish, and just get your response to him. He's probably one of the best impersonators I've ever heard of you. Listen.
Gas is too damn high. I just have to say, the gas is too damn high. Look at this, $4.89. It's a disgusting thing. I miss it when the gas used to be low. You know, it used to be so low, lower than fake news, CNN's ratings, or AOC's IQ. Now the gas is high, higher than Jerry Nadler's pants or Hunter Biden after a night on the town. Sleepy Joe, he could do it, you know. He could unleash American energy, but he'd rather talk to Venezuela and Iran. He'd rather negotiate with communists and terrorists instead of negotiating with hard-working Americans. It's a disgrace what's happening. The gas is too damn high, but it doesn't have to be, believe me.
So President Trump, what do you think about him? Isn't he great?
I think that's the best I've heard. That is amazing. And, you know, when you compare that to Alec Baldwin, who was so horrible on Saturday Night Live, it's horrible. And now he's got bigger problems. Who knows what happened with that whack job? But I'll tell you, that was a great impersonation.
Well,
congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blaze and I talk about this every.
Isn't that great? So he
I love
that it. Shout out, which is just the neatest thing. I love that.
That is fantastic. I love it. Whatever happened to that whack job?
I do have a whole bunch of match your energy videos for you today, which I know you love. But before we get to those, I've got a couple of different ones. I wanted to show you this. This girl was apparently told by someone in a comment that she sounds just like Kamala. So this is her response to that.
Kamala Harris speaks in a more condescending tone. Okay. She says a lot of things without saying a lot of things. Okay. There's usually a laugh involved. I don't know where the laugh comes in. Kamala Harris speaks.
Oh my God, she is dead on. That is so great.
Love it so much.
So great.
Also, there's a voiceover of animals. I love these two. And this is Will Smith related.
Wake up and keep a very slappable face. You know that? Keep my wife's name out of your motherfuckers in my spot. Wake up and keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Hey, Chris, wake up. My food bowl is empty, and we got a serious problem. Also, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. You know what? Fuck yourself. And keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. You got a very...
I love that.
Oh my God. That's the greatest. That's so great.
Do you remember that one ballerina that I showed you that I'm in awe of because of her balance? Remember?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Look at what she's doing here. Look at this. Look at what she is doing. She is on her tiptoes, you guys. Like the tippy
Oh my
tippy.
God.
And she's just like that. Like flowing around, looking completely stable.
And look at her arms. Like they're all
know.
like flowy. It looks like she's about to fly.
She's incredible. This is Kylie Shea. Kylie Shea, XO is her handle. And I am obsessed with her. Like utterly obsessed. She's
Oh my God.
remarkable. Remarkable.
I would get up on my toes and then I'd stumble forward.
Every bone in my body would be
And I-
broken if I tried to do that.
too.
Every last one.
Me too. And I'd be on the way down going, osteopenia. It'd just be awful.
I just could not do it.
Oh my
All
God.
right.
So terrible.
So the match your energy prank is also known as invisible danger. So I see those I see those totally interchangeably. Somebody's mad that there's F-bombs in our show. Just
Oh my God.
I'm sorry that I didn't say hide your kids, hide your wives first. But yeah, there's going to be F-bombs in this show from time to time. And if you cannot handle that, if your ears are too sensitive, just know in advance that maybe this isn't the show for you. Okay. I'm sorry, but
I'm
not
sorry. Sometimes that happens. In some of these videos, sometimes that happens. We can't control other people's things.
But sometimes it also happens out of my mouth. And I you as a person. Okay.
It does. Sometimes it flies out. Sometimes it does. It flies out. Sometimes it does. It just does. And usually it happens when we're talking about, Joe Biden. Sometimes.
Right.
It's like Tourette's.
Here is the first. Oh my gosh, Missy Jean Michelle, you scamp. Thank you very much for the super sticker.
I can't see it, but thank you.
So here's the first invisible danger. Oh crap! Let me rewind and turn.
I need sound. Yeah. Okay. There we go. He won't go near it. He won't. He's hitting the ground. I love the hitting of the ground. That's my favorite. Oh my God. He's just hitting the ground.
Invisible danger.
Oh my God! I just will never ever tire of them. Ever.
I won't either. Oh my God, the hitting of the ground. Is there another one? I'm dying.
Oh,
It hurts my abs. It's like my ab workout for the day. Okay.
Babe, where?
So he did it to her. He did it to her.
Where? Babe, where?
Oh my God! I just
That's
love
so
these.
great.
I love them. There's two more. Here's the next one.
Okay.
Invisible danger prank.
What? What the hell is it? What is that? What is that? What is it? I don't know. What is it? Oh,
He's got a
what is
broom.
it? What the hell is it? What is it? What is it?
Invisible danger prank.
Oh my God!
He immediately picks up the broom. I cannot. I can't. Okay.
One more. Here we go. Is this? Yeah.
What are you talking about? What
Get out of my way!
are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Get out of my way.
What are you talking about? Come on.
I love that. He's like,
What are you talking about?
Get out of my way!
What are you talking about?
get away from me.
What are you?
Oh God,
she's
I'm
like,
crying.
she's like, get away. She's like, get away from me. And he's, did you notice how he would not leave her side? Did you notice that?
That
was
very
like,
sweet.
it
Unless
was
you
sweet.
wanted
He
her
would,
protection.
that's, he was using her as a human shield.
Oh my God.
That's what he was doing. Oh my God. One of these days, I'm going to do that. One of these days. It's going to be me and Greg against the invisible danger. I can't wait.
My most favorite
I can't
thing.
wait to see what he does. I can't wait to see if he runs away or if he puts me in front of the invisible danger. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
And he uses you as the invisible danger shield.
The shield. It's going to be great.
Anyway,
Okay.
talk for today. Everybody's
All right.
peeing. I see so many people peeing.
People are peeing. Just
They're
don't
like
use
a
the F
team.
word, you guys.
Just
Don't use the F word. Don't do it. It's no F word Thursday. Everybody
That's
bring
already
it
a
in.
fail. That's already a fail. for me.
Everybody bring it in. You guys have the greatest day ever, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.